This picture that I've got in my hand and that you're seeing for the first time here on India Today is the first picture of what Swathi's murderer is very likely to be looking at. Who killed Swathi? Could it be a man who looks something like this? That's the one question haunting the country and especially the Chennai police as we speak. And I want everyone to take a good hard look at this image I've got in my hand. India Today has spoken now to an eyewitness who claims he saw the young Infosys employee being assaulted just a few days before her murder. It's added a never-before angle and aspect to what has already become one of the country's biggest murder mysteries. The eyewitness, however, claims that the man who slapped Swathi was not the same man who later killed her. And this is the man who apparently later killed her. Here's what the eyewitness has told India Today. Seven days and no arrests later, an eyewitness at this railway station in Nungambakkam, Chennai, the spot where Swathi was hacked violently to death, has added a sensational twist to the mystery. The eyewitness claims that just weeks before Swathi's murder, he saw her being assaulted and slapped repeatedly by a man. The eyewitness, however, says that the man who slapped Swathi is not the one who murdered her days later.
6th or 7th, a man who was around 30 years came to the spot that she used to sit and slapped him 4 or 5 times and went off. And the lady who picked up the phone which had fallen on the floor and took the train which was proceeding to Changalpat. The same train I too boarded. That is the incident. She did not show any sort of reaction to him.
Who was the man who allegedly slapped Swathi? And why did she not react after being thrashed in public? Even as these questions add to the mystery surrounding Swathi's murder, police claim that they're close to cracking the case. An Infosys employee, Swathi was hacked to death at Chennai's Nungambakkam railway station around 6 a.m. on the 24th of June. As Swathi bled to death, onlookers watched as her murderer escaped. After murdering Swathi, her killer jumped onto the tracks and approached the platform on the opposite side. He managed to cross the tracks before a train rushed in, climbed up the platform and ran in the direction of Chennai's Chengalpat area.
24th, same time, this incident happened. But the guy who murdered was entirely different from the guy who slapped on the other day. Actually, I saw the murderer at the back of him 250 yards away from me, sir. Man was chasing him while he jumped off the second platform. I just saw him on the back. That too, I heard a very loud noise.
Swathi's murderer then threw away the murder weapon, a sickle that he used to hack her to death, scaled a wall and escaped to the Chulaimedu neighborhood. Minutes later, he was captured on CCTV camera at a residential complex. As he escaped via the Saurashtra Nagar road in Chennai, the eyewitness, who took the same early morning train as Swathi to Chengalpat every day, claims that so far, the suspects shown to him by the police do not resemble Swathi's killer.
They have shown me some of the suspects and I told him very clearly they are all not the persons I have seen.
With eyewitness account adding twist to Swathi's murder case, police task has gotten tougher. Already, police are groping in the dark for clues to find the murderer. Now, they have to find another person who has slapped Swathi in full public view just 2 weeks before she was murdered. This is Pramod Madhav for India Today.
I want to remind our viewers once again of just why this story has shocked people across the country. We're standing here 1 week since Swathi's murder. This is not just any old place, this is one of India's metropolitan cities. There were CCTV cameras outside the railway station which captured the man who killed Swathi in broad daylight with eyewitnesses using a sickle. He slashed her throat, he destroyed her face and he left there bleeding. There were people who saw this murder And this man, this face, this picture that we've put together here on India Today, based on information that's been put out by the Chennai police, is the first time you're looking at what the killer of Swathi is very likely to be looking like. This is a picture that will likely be very similar to what the Chennai police is already putting out there, going from door to door and collecting every piece of evidence to crack the murder of Swathi. But the lack of an actual photograph or clear security images of the killer poses the biggest roadblock. Here at India Today, our in-house illustrator actually carefully sketched out the face of the murderer, as you see in this picture, and it's all based on what the city police has released. Take a look. One week and no real clues. As pressure mounts in the Chennai police, the search has intensified for Swathi's murderer. The police is looking at hard drives of computers used by Swathi, but what's emerging as the biggest roadblock in the investigation is the lack of a clear photograph of the killer. The only evidence the police has is a CCTV image of the accused captured near the murder site. Based on the CCTV footage which was released by the city police, India Today has visualized the likely facial features of Swathi's killer. India Today's in-house illustrator sketched out the face of the youth, who's also on Tamil Nadu Police's wanted list. This illustration made by India Today factors in closely the facial features captured in the only CCTV video the police has. But the low lighting and blurry images have made it difficult for us to get an exact image of who the killer really is. But if the CCTV video and hours of close observation is anything to go by, is this how the dreaded killer in Chennai looks? And would this help the police finally crack the sensational murder mystery surrounding Swathi? Bureau Report, India Today. And India Today now has access to a brand new video that's had added an even more disturbing angle to the Swathi murder case. We're going to put that video on your screens for you and describe for you precisely what is going on in this video. Police sources say that Swathi was followed by the murderer from Swathi's home to the Nungambakam railway station. The assailant was wearing a helmet and following Swathi on a motorcycle. Take a close look at these images. That's Swathi riding pillion on a scooter being dropped to the police station, and right behind them is that motorcycle that appears to be tailing Swathi. You can see the person on that in blue. Take a close look. Let's play it out for you once again. First you have the scooter itself passing by with Swathi riding pillion on that scooter being dropped to the railway station, and right behind her is a motorcycle. There you have it. That's the scooter with Swathi on it, and then you've got a motorcycle trailing Swathi as they approach the railway station. I want to go straight across to India Today's Pramod Madhav for more on this. Pramod, take us through what the police is telling us right now. Swathi approaching the railway station, riding pillion on a scooter. Who's that behind her?
Well, Shiv, first of all, Swathi's father, Santana Gopalakrishnan, said that he used to drop Swathi every day at the railway station. And earlier, police did not release any kind of video like showing this person using a motorcycle. Because if the person was able to use a motorcycle, someone has helped him with logistics and everything. For instance, this guy has been following Swathi and her father on a motorcycle. Then he enters a place, he kills Swathi, jumps over the compound, he walks all the way to the place where he has parked the motorcycle, and then he leaves back from there with his motorcycle. This was first not informed to anybody else. Right now we got this video, and that's how we come to know of this. But the police are saying that they have not officially released the video, and still they are abstaining from giving us any more information, Shiv.
Very disturbing, Pramod, because, you know, this adds a very scary aspect to the entire story. It shows, or at least suggests, that Swathi was not killed. It wasn't somebody who just walked up to her at the railway station, which was initially believed, but somebody who actually followed her, perhaps from her house all the way till the railway station.
Yes, Shiv, it almost looks like the person had done a recce or a surveillance of Swathi's whereabouts and what time she will be where, at what locations, everything. Also, another person, Mr. Tamil Selvan, also spoke to us, and he also said that someone has slapped her 2 weeks back. So this is like more and more mysteries revealing with as days goes by, and we hope that the cops find the motive at first. They don't even have the motive, exact motive for Swathi's killing as of now, Shiv. That adds to the fire.
That has added to the fire. Any reactions just yet, Pramod? And I just want to, I just want to get the pictures that we've made of the killer and split my screen. So I have a video on the one side that we've got of Swathi, and on the other side I want to show our viewers the picture that our illustrator has made of the killer. This is as close as it gets. Moments before Swathi's murder, this video plays out. Swathi being dropped pillion on a scooter to the railway station by her father, and behind them a motorcycle actually approaches. On the right hand side of your screen you've got our illustrator making an illustration based on police information about what the killer actually looks like. Let's go full screen with that video once again and show our viewers what really happened just moments before Swathi was so brutally murdered on the 24th of June. Pramod, any reactions just yet from the police about the sequence of events? They're obviously looking at many different angles at this point of time. What are they telling you about what they know?
Well, Shiv, we talked to the investigation officer, and we wanted to clear out the doubt as if Swathi's alleged boyfriend is being questioned. We also come to know that not just the person but also his friends and family members are being questioned right now. But when we spoke to this investigation officer, he says like, we are questioning many people. We don't want to reveal their identities because it will cause a personal problem to them, and it also jeopardize investigation. And when we asked him again about this boyfriend matter, he said like, we are questioning many people, many of them are boys, and one could be a friend. This is how they're providing us information, Shiv. No head, no tails to it.
I want to break this down for our viewers because it's gotten a little complicated now, and I want to simplify it a little bit. We know that Swathi was murdered in broad daylight in front of eyewitnesses on the 24th of June at 6:30 in the morning at a crowded railway station in Chennai. Now we understand that Swathi may have been stalked. We have a video that's on the right-hand side of your screen showing you Swathi being probably stalked or followed as she was dropped to the railway station that day. And now we've got the first picture of what the killer is likely to look at. But Pramod, I want to bring you back in because that's not all. Now you have an eyewitness. You've got an eyewitness who has come out to say that he saw Swathi being assaulted by a man, slapped repeatedly many days before she was actually murdered. Is the police saying anything about that? Is there any information about who that individual is? Is there anybody else who has seen that as well?
Well, Shiv, first of all, the police did not divulge this information, even though it's been 7 days. And we had to find this person separately. When we spoke to him first, he denied the fact. He didn't want to speak to us because he's having pressure from the police and other people who are personally causing some trouble to him. Then later, he said that he did witness Swathi being slapped at that at the same location, in fact. First of all, he just wanted to speak to us because he felt sorry for Swathi. That's the reason he gave us information. And secondly, it is not a common thing for a woman being slapped in a public place and not reacting to it. He said that Swathi got repeatedly slapped. Her cell phone fell down. She took it back and she just got into the train and left to the work. And not just him, all bystanders were seriously surprised to see Swathi actually to act that way. And they could only believe that she might have known the person and there could be a personal spat between them. We also asked him whether it was the same person who killed her, for which he said that he saw the killer only from the behind, and he was very sure that these two are two different persons, even though they were only 30 years of the same time. But he says like this guy had a wheatish complexion and he's not the same person, but if the police bring the guy in front of him, he can definitely identify him, Shiv.
Take a very close look at these pictures. I want to ask all our viewers to pay very close attention to what's going on here, because this is a story that has astonished people for the last 7 days, and now it started with no video whatsoever, and now we've got 5 full videos all on CCTV of who the killer might actually be. And this picture, please pay close attention, because this is a story that concerns us all. It's in Chennai, one of India's largest cities, reputed to be one of our safest cities, and it faces a crisis that has sent the city on edge. What I'm holding in my hand right now is a picture of what the killer you see in that video, in that chilling piece of video footage of that man trailing Swathi, could look exactly like this. You've seen a grainy piece of footage on CCTV. There you have it. That's the image that our illustrator here at India Today has put together, that the police in Chennai will likely be taking door to door to show viewers, show people and ask them for more information. Because remember, the picture that was once put out starting 36 hours ago is not enough to identify the killer. Who is this killer? Where is he hiding? 5 videos and now 1 sketch of him that's been made is all the information that the police has to actually work with, or at least what they are revealing. The 5 videos, including a brand new video that actually shows Swathi being followed. Look at the chillingness of the video of Swathi, absolutely clueless about the fact that she is being stalked. There she is circled in that video. She walks past, unaware that she is being closely stalked. And then you see the man in the blue with the backpack following her. We've got another element now with an eyewitness coming forward saying that Swathi was being closely stalked. Likely she was assaulted a week before she was actually murdered. And if you look at the visuals that India Today has put out right now of her on a scooter with her father being brought to the railway station on the day of her murder, and compare it with what we already know, it paints a terrifying picture. The family says she was not being stalked. They've got no information as such. But the video that we've put out clearly, or at least conclusively, suggests that Swathi was being tracked, Swathi was being stalked, perhaps she was being tracked on social media as well, which is a question that I want to put to Pramod, my colleague. Pramod, the police in Chennai visited the Infosys headquarters in Chennai today. What were they looking for? Apparently they looked through Swathi's hard drives, you know, maybe possibly some social media transcripts of any kind to see if anybody was trying to get in touch with her. Do we know anything about that?
Shiv, after we revealed in India Today saying that the picture is not clear for anybody to identify it, I also brought it to the investigation officer, for which he said that he accepts the fact, and now they have sent the footage to a lab in Hyderabad to enhance it and to get a better picture of the culprit. And the second thing is, a special team visited Paranur, where Infosys city is there, where she worked, and they are investigating with her colleagues separately. Also, one fact is that they have sent one special team to North Chennai, which is like almost opposite to Infosys. There they have sent a special team with this particular picture to ask the people over there. Now there is a prejudice that like you can hire guns in North Chennai. I mean hire assailants. So maybe in that fact they are trying to check if anybody knows a person there through the police contact system. And when it comes to Facebook, Swathi's Facebook account has been deactivated, wiped off completely, so that nobody can use it on a negative matter.
We live in hope that these pictures and these fresh images go only towards nabbing the killer of Swathi, because this is not about just a story. Here at India Today, it's a story that keeps us up at night, and that's why we're going to continue to track it very, very closely. One of India's largest, certainly one of its safest cities, faced with a terrible crisis with the crime, the murder of young Swathi. 24 years old, cut down in her prime. It's 7 days, a whole week today, and the police still don't know where she is. We don't blame the police. The police is doing its job. They're trying to find out who the murderer is. But imagine what the people of Chennai feel today. India Today is with you, and we will continue to bring you the very latest in the hunt.